Irontrader, and this is midday trading. So I'm going to take a look here at crude oil, at natural gas, and then today we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, BTC. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil, your 1 minute and your 5 minute chart. Now, it's really good scalping here in the UCO. It got as low here, UCO, as 33.29, as high as 33.99 in regular market. So this was a really good scalping here so far. So you look at the 1 minute chart here, okay? You can see the low, the higher low, and then she just takes off real nicely here, okay? But when you get a scenario like this where you have this kind of a topping situation here, you just want to get right out of the trade here and then see what happens, because you can always get into it again, okay? Here, like on a 5 minute chart, there's really good buying opportunities. There's that same scenario right there. And then we can just take it right on up. Now, when this price gets below that 8 SMA and that 21 day, that's always usually the kiss of death here. So that's something that you just don't want to mess with. It was just a little bit choppy here. But what I always like about this is when you have a nice run up here and then you see that red candle, you just get out because see you have that double top situation. But then when it puts another higher low in here, you always want to watch for that to take another trade, okay? So again, there was a lot of resistance here on the 1 minute where you look at your 100 day and then we had your 200 day above it. You can see where it just couldn't quite get above, but we put that higher low in there and look how nice. Then once we start getting these candles here and we start breaking out the top of that candle, that means you just got to get into that trade and just ride it right on out here. But then when you get a scenario like that, then we just kind of sell this right off here. So on your 1 minute chart, this is a really good scalping chart here, but always never buy this here, you know, when you're setting this lower low is kind of a situation. Always buy it just to reverse when you got that higher low situation. That's always going to give you a good run right on up. Okay, let's take a look here on a daily and a weekly. Okay, there's crude on your daily and your weekly chart. Now you can see your weekly, it came right on down here, but you're holding this key level here, okay? So this is what we want to hold here by tomorrow, okay, which would be Friday. So you wanted that 80.47, very key, that 80.07. We have that 8 SMA here at 79.62, and then your 100 day at 79.34. This is always very critical, but you can see here we had this bottoming tail, ran right on up here, put a lower low, but now we have another bottoming tail going on here. Okay, now, but the whole key to all of this is going to be this 8 SMA, okay? Now that 8 SMA, it's a lot stronger than what it looks, okay? He's little 8 man, okay? But as I say, but look it up, see? When you get down below this here, see how you fight that all the way when you get above it? Then it's nice, easy riding. However, we had that double top situation, sold down, but you notice that it held and closed above that key 21 day, and it closed above this level here. This is what we were looking for, that 81.79, that 81.90, and right here, that 82.04, and then we had that 82.08. This is the nice level here of support that we're kind of like watching, okay? So we want to make sure that it closes there above. Now, again, if it's lost, we can come down to today's low here. You're looking at 81.63, but realistically, this 81.18, this is the key, okay? The simple moving average, this 81.18, very key. Your 100 day at 80.49, that would be next if that's lost, and then we have your 50 day at 79.33, and then your 200 day at 79.19. But with this bottoming tail here going on, I'm expecting it to hold this 21 SMA here. We might get some sideways action, pinball here between the 21 day and the old 8 day. But now you can see that 8 day, you know, at least yesterday it kind of looked like it wanted to roll over, but now she's just pushing right on up here, but so was that price, see? See how that is? This is why you want to trade the charts, because you got to get through this. Okay, so if we can get above this key 82.83 here, then what we want to do is we just want to look here to your next level here, which is going to be right here. Okay, so you have 83.32. That's a level that you're looking for, and then right above that you have 83.64. We have 83.93. We have 84.38. Realistically, 84.52 here. That is going to be your target area, but everything's going to depend on that little 8 SMA here if you can get above. So today, just what you do is just watch that 8 simple moving average. A close above, then there's your target, okay? If you can't, then we got to watch that 21 day here, and we might have a trading pattern sideways, kind of an action. RSI isn't really telling us much, but you still have a lot of good relative strength going on here. This has not rolled over. It just came right down there to kind of like kiss in here together. And so this is still all very good. So this is a very bullish chart, yet as long as you can hold that 21 day. But if you can get above that 8 day, then she would just rip higher. Okay, let's take a look at this pathetic natural gas. Okay, now natural gas. It came out with the EIA report there, and last week they had a build of 32 BCF, and this time they were expecting, I believe it was in the 50s, and it came in at 65 BCF. So there's a good build. It's going the wrong way, and this, with all this heat that's going on in these certain states like California and Arizona, all these areas, these states are getting just in Texas, they're just boiling. But yet, for whatever reason, they're just not using the old natty gas here, okay? So we have a huge surplus going on. But, okay, so this is what we want to watch. I just pointed out here, you want to watch this 2.268 level here. Right now, natty gas is sitting at 2.27, got all the way down to 2.261, okay? So this came right off the left of the chart right there. So you can see that 2.26, you can see where it came right there. Now, again, that's as critical here on a closing basis. You really need to close above that. If not, then we're going to just follow it down. Okay, the candle's down. Here we go. You got 2.24, 2.21. Right here, you got 2.67, which lines up very, very nicely here with this 100 SMA here. Okay, but right now, this is going to be your big target right there. If that 2.26 is lost, it's right down to 2.16. Okay, now we have this 21-day here sitting right at the same thing. Okay, so 2.16, 2.16. This is going to be big support here if this can come down. Now you can see on a weekly here, another topping tail situation. That is very, very bearish scenarios, considering we had lower highs and lower lows, and now we have this, and you're below that 50-day, and you're below that 8 SMA here. So this is not looking good. This is looking lower, okay? So I scalped cold today twice. First time 50 cents. Next time I got $1.25, so I'm $1.75 there on the KOLD here, because this is this total, what's the word for it? Oh yeah, shit. This is coming all the way on down here, okay? So this is the target that we're looking for at 2.16 if that price channel 2.26 there is lost, okay? Now, upside, say this just starts rallying up, big catalyst going on. I have no idea what that would be, but I say just in case it does, then we just look for the top of this candle. Today's high, looking at 2.34, but realistically, this 8-day is everything, okay? Just like it was on crude, it's just the opposite here, or I should say pretty much the same thing here on natural gas, okay? You can see where it goes into it, so far nothing, and as this day progresses and when those futures open, that 8-day is going to keep getting lower, and it's going to squash that price right on down, okay? Only way to change that is you got to close above that 8 simple moving average at 2.37. If you can get above that, then you got some targets here, 2.385. We have 2.44, but realistically, that 2.46, that 200-day, that is going to be your target. Right above that, we have this 50 SMA here, sitting at 2.49, and then you have 2.55, 2.65. But this is just ass ugly, man. Look at this. This 8-day just coming on down. Now the 21-day is rolling over. This just looks lower. Okay, it's not looking good at all. So what I'll do is I'll have those seasonality charts for you here later today after the pit close on crude oil and natural gas. We'll take a look at those real quick. But right now, let's take a look here at what's going on with Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin, your daily and your weekly. Now that CPI number came out there, and inflation was actually down. So that was actually very, very good here going forward. So it looks like maybe, I don't think that it's going to be, they're going to do any kind of a cutting here in July, but when I listened to Powell, he was getting a little soft here now on these cutting the rates, because what he doesn't want to do is kind of be too high, too long. It'll be just the opposite of keeping too low, too long. So I think he's going to make a cut here, but I don't know what's going to be. It might be to September. I think he's going to wait for a little bit more data, but the CPI number came in there at down pretty much here. People are cutting back on their spending and the whole 9 yards here, okay? So we had a pretty good rally here this morning once after 8:30, but then you can see it just fell right off. Look at it. The NASDAQ right now is down 339. Everything is just hammer time. TQQ, NVIDIA, Amazon, Meta. Oh, man, look at Meta down 19. Microsoft, Apple. These are all just getting hammered there today. However, this is look for a buying opportunity in those tech stocks, especially NVIDIA, okay? So just be a little bit patient, but look for a buying opportunity here, because remember, their earnings are going to come out here in August 28th. You want to buy ahead of that. For me, I'm a long-term trader of NVIDIA, and I also scalp it, okay? So this was really good trading in there. So again, just be very, very patient. Okay, let's take a look here what's going on with Bitcoin. Now you can see here we had a series of low highs. We had a nice double top situation going on here. Came down, got below that 8 SMA here, and sold right off here. Now, 53,635. Okay, so basically what you do here, you just look to the left of the chart here. You come right over here. This is where the target area was, and that's where she came. Now, again, next level obviously is going to be that 200-day, and then we just always go to the left. You just follow this here all the way down. These are your key support levels. That's why you want to use these price channels. It makes life a lot easier. Okay, because all you got to do is put it on. There she is. Okay, so now what do we have here? Now we got, well, what you got here is a tweezer top. See this? Now, again, we don't know how it's going to shake out for the rest of the day, but that's what you got there now. You got two sticks. That's a tweezer top. That's really never good. If you want to know a little bit more about candlesticks or, like chart patterns, just go on my playlist. It's all right there. All you can do is just click right on. Real easy, and you can get a good idea exactly. A lot of times, if you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, it's all right there for you on all chart patterns and candlesticks and patterns. Okay, so here what we're looking for on the upside. We're looking for this 8 simple moving average, which is sitting at 50.9019. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. You can see that the next big level here is going to be that 21-day at 62,197, and then we're going to have this a 50-day at 64,510, and then we have your 100-day at 64,805. Okay, now again, we bust above that, we can follow the candles up, but realistically, that's 770,480. That's going to be your target, and then we can come right on here all the way to the targets till we hit that, which is your breakout. You break out above 74, you're going 100 grand. That's just pretty much simple as that. However, you ain't going to do that today. Okay, so we had a little bit of run up here, but you can see that it just wasn't just holding. See that tweezer top situation? That's never good. You never want to see that if you are long. Okay, so we got to see if it all shakes out or if it's going to rally right up here or what. So what we want to do here is we want to look actually to today's low. You're looking at 57, 235. And then we want to look right to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 56,540, and then we have 54,580, and then your big retest here is 53,635. That's going to be very, very key. And then right below that, we have this 200-day sitting at 51,623. Okay, so that's your downside. And then your upside, just watch those key levels, that 8 SMA here. I know these are big numbers, and obviously because, it's in the thousands, so obviously it's a big number, but just look at that. That's your key level. You need to close above, not this nonsense right here. You got to close above that. Then we can hit the 21-day, then the 50, then the 100-day. But unless you close above it, this is the same thing. See what natural gas is doing? Same thing what oil is doing. You got to get above and you got to close above that. See, like we close above here, nice, but where did it go? Right into that 100-day. Couldn't hold it. And then this is always the kiss of death. When you have a green candle and then we have that red candle there, that's always a kiss of death. And then she comes right down. Again, look at that playlist. All these candlestick patterns are right on there. Gives you a good idea of what to look for, when you're looking at your charts here, okay? So again, just watch that 8 SMA on the upside, and then we can follow this all the way down. But this is the big retest, 53.65, 635, and then right here, your 200-day at 51,623. Right now, she's looking pretty ugly until you can get and close above that 8 simple moving average. See how that is? Very, very nice. Now, again, here we have your weekly chart here, okay? So if we lose that 51,623, then you're going to come right over here to your 5630, and then we have your 50-day here at 47,833. Not saying it's going to get down there, but again, anything's possible. So far for the week, we have an inside week, which all that means is your highs and low are the inside of the high and low of the previous week here. But look at your 8-day, see that? You just crossed over your 21-day. That's never good. You don't want to ever see that. Once that does, we know what happens. This is what happens, and what happens to the price. She goes all the way on down. This is getting to kind of like sold territory here, but that doesn't mean I can't ride on the bottom there for a while. We got to see how that all shakes out here. Now, there is a little bit of divergence going on here, but really not, I'm saying it's because we had a low here. So you had that low, and then we even had a lower low, and then we had a higher low here. So you do have a positive divergence here, but we don't know if that's going to play out because that's only one tell. Okay, you have to have a couple 3 here before you say, hey, I'm going to go balls out long. Okay, so always remember that. Now, RSI here in the weekly, well, that's not really telling you a whole lot. This is bearish. Your green cross below your red. That is going to go all the way down. That's a sell signal. So this right now is not looking good. So watch that 8-day on the upside. If you can crack above, 21-day is your target. Downside, 53,635. You lose that. Right there is going to be your target. And then right here is going to be your target. And then right there, that 50-day, that's going to be your target. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here after the old pit close, and we're going to go over some crude oil and natural gas, and I'll bring up some seasonality charts there for you. Okay, thanks for watching.